The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness. 98 KUPD.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Thursday. It is 5:45. Yes! It's the Morning Sickness, and off and running we go. My name's John. How are you? There's Brady, Brett, Big Dick Toledo. It's raining again. You got to love. It's kind of a tough one for me today because you want to say thanks for all the people who donated Operation Hydration, and this is the last day of it. But it's awfully tough to say, hey, it's so hot outside, please drop off water, when it's just perfect and pouring water all over us. But, you know, we have one more chance to get you out there to do that. I can't believe how fast this summer has gone as far as the parameters of Memorial Day to Labor Day when we do that. Usually this Operation Hydration thing feels like it's
dragging on
forever. Yeah, it's like, but man, oh man, did it go quick. We're tapping into Labor Day tomorrow. So I'll say thank you in advance. And one more chance for you guys to help out. All the water necessary is more and more and more and more. Although I do have to say one of our Bobs, one of the corporate Bobs that was here, Dave, he's a pretty bigwig Bob, too.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted a bottle of water, and our fridge was empty. And corporate Bob tapped into the donations.
What?
Yeah. In the cases,
what they're there
in our lobby,
for.
in our cases in the lobby, they're stacked 7-8 feet high, probably 15, 12 feet deep of donations we've gotten here at the station. There's a lot down there. And he just cracks into one of those cases thinking that's what we just stored. He just had to look at Tripp and go, why are we storing so much water in the front lobby?
A little heavy, don't you think, bro?
Maybe a little hard on the order there, Tripp. And Tripp just said, that's all right. I guess nobody in need wanted that.
Tripp calling him out.
Tripp calling him out, and Dave's just like, I'm thirsty. And technically, to his credit,
you can't refuse water to anyone.
Well, not beyond that. You can't steal it either. I mean, that's beyond that. He does not have a home here. So technically, he is homeless in Arizona. So I guess, now granted, he could have probably tapped into his bank account and been fine making a home happen today. But
the soda machine has water in it. He could have went up there, taken from the needy. People that need it.
Turned me into Chris Berman.
There's nothing you can do about it. Come on, baby. Brett makes a very good point. And nobody steals the water like the corporate Bobs from Hubbard Radio. That's for sure.
Anyway.
He had some junior Bobs under that could have ran upstairs and gotten it for him.
I think all the Bob. Well, he did have a Larry Bob. Larry's not a Bob yet. Larry's a Larry, and Larry would have gladly not only that, like dug to an aquifer, made a well, and gotten Dave some water. That's true. Anyway, so there's one bottle short of what we needed to be, and that's because of the Bobs. He did offer to pay for more, according to Larry, but I guess everybody said that's all right. We're one short now. Hopefully, we're not one shy of saving lives, but I think the drinking team saved us on that deal.
Absolutely,
in a huge way. So don't you worry about that. But I just wanted to out him. I wanted to out another Bob. This last month has been out in the Bobs. I like doing that. The suits. And war. How dare Dave? Dave Bessler's his name. I think he's a blast. I like this guy a lot. But I'm not sure I do like I used to. I think I stopped liking Dave as much. He had a nerve to come to the Phoenix meetings in his Milwaukee Bucks coat.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just not done it. Right?
Man.
Yeah.
Because that was bitter for us.
Yeah. You know, I'm a Steeler fan, and I know when they beat the Cardinals. I was actually, if people say I'm a dick about it now. I let time pass. It's like a joke now, you know, comedy plus tragedy, or tragedy plus time is comedy. So I let that go. But at first, if you listen to me the day after the Super Bowl, I talked about what an amazing performance the Cardinals had, nothing to be ashamed of. Don't celebrate it at second place. Just be good all the time now. Be a franchise.
That was on the air, though.
Off the air,
I was complete man.
No, I've always hated the Cardinals. I've never, ever been different about that.
Yeah.
However, I didn't rub it in. Now, if I went to a Cardinals party, I would not wear Steelers stuff because I have that rule at my house. You don't come in to my place and wear your Packers gear unless it's like joking, like you're trying to get me, and it's a joke. But Dave shows up in that Bucs gear, and he did it solely just to get under the skin of Phoenix. He had plenty of other coats he could have chosen. So, and then he steals water from the homeless. But that's what corporate Bucs fans do.
Did he put on an Alt AZ shirt too before he left?
Yeah,
or what?
he did. He stole one of those from the prize closet. And yes, Brett, you're absolutely right. He took some swag. But you know the good thing about the Alt AZ swag is nobody wants it, so it's okay. You can have that. That's no big deal. It's not like high demand where you have to order more T-shirts. They want people to take it. That makes the pile shrink, which it is just not shrinking.
You're going to get an email this morning from Dave.
I might.
Snitches get stitches.
That's right, Dave. That's right. Yeah, thirsty Dave, I'll say. Yeah, they have more T-shirts at 93.3 than they do listeners, which is it's a mix. Like it's like when Brady's
We're
restaurant.
going to change that.
Brady's restaurant had to close down for that very reason. We have too many ribs and not enough people eating them. That's usually when your restaurant's like, we got trouble on our hands, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is a hilarious email based on our. Yesterday was a great moment, too. I went out to get the mail, and the mailman, very clean now, by the way, and I like to take credit for that. In my neighborhood, at the very least, my mailmen and female men, I don't like to discriminate, were wandering around my neighborhood a couple years ago. And it looked as though the morning meeting was, all right, everybody, go deliver that mail, but don't forget to first untuck your shirts and roll around in some dirt, because that's how they all looked. They looked filthy. Their shirts were untucked. They were unwashed. And I made a comment. I'm like, isn't there some sort of standard to the mailman outfit?
Yeah, before they step outside of work.
I got an email from a guy that said, thanks a lot, Dick. Like they have to wash their clothes every day. That was a couple years ago. So my mailman yesterday, again, very clean, looked great, had that, the sun hat on and all that. And he comes up and he's handing me the mail and he goes, hey, you're in my head right now. I'm like, okay, what the hell does that mean? He had his, he
streaming,
was podcasting our morning show at noon yesterday and listening to us while he delivered my mail. And it was some sort of surreal moment for him because he was like, this isn't normal. Because I'm like, sorry to put a face to it. He goes, that's all right, I've seen you before. And that is not the right thing to say to somebody who just said, hey, I know I'm ugly. You don't say that's okay.
That's all right. I'm used to the disgust.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude, I know what you look like. I'm well past that. It's I've had my vomit sessions. So to the mailman, thank you. And thanks to all the mailmen in my neighborhood for keeping it clean again, because that was gross for a little while. And Ice-T did it, too, when he went off on that DHL guy he was going to shoot, or Amazon guy. He's like, nobody's wearing an outfit. He said, some dude just standing on my porch is going to get shot. And now Amazon's like, put a vest on him or something. But this is solid. So this could be my mailman. I don't think it is, but he's listening to the podcast. Emailed me yesterday and says, the Plan B discussion yesterday, me want to admit something. Not only did we have a friend studying to be a pharmacy tech, but he was, at the time, able to get us loads of little sample packs of Plan B. So we were known for making breakfast in bed for the ladies we slept with in college. They were spiking breakfast. They would usually wake up with a little bit of a hangover, probably partied the night before. We were in a local band and just wanted the life like anyone else. Best part, since some of them were repeat customers, they called it the Casa de Puercos. Now, I don't know what that means in Spanish. If I'm saying something horrible, I have no idea. It was aptly named. They would talk about how not only they met their new BFF, and then all their menses synced. So the girls that started to repeat started to have the same periods, and it was their job at that point to make sure those periods continued. Because they were giving them periods, basically, with those pills, because you have it. And he said, my
Being
roommate...
in the band, maybe they got them in the rhythm method or something? Not sure.
Well,
They sync up. And
they sync up because they all get up the same day.
Right.
And then you have your period like the next day.
Oh, gotcha.
So then
even after the pill, it's like a resyncing.
Immediately. So if they all started to have it the same day, then 28 days later, naturally, they're going to start doing it again, especially if they were repeat customers and like, oh, my God, I started mine too after breakfast because you were poisoned. It says, now my roommate, guitarist, me, and you, John, are the only ones who know the truth. Hashtag statute of limitation. Well, now everybody knows. Congratulations, B. That's perfect for you and a great talk about the Plan B. So that's the reason we can't have Plan B.
That's the early days of sodomizing Linda.
Yeah. Well, the early days of sodomizing Linda, we were in our late 30s. So I'm really not sure that was a... Plan B was out the door. Marty had a teenager. I'm wondering, though, in a dream world, if you gave Plan B to your child, would it just go away? Wouldn't that be the best? Like if Plan B worked like that?
Just torched everything?
Well, just later in life, like Toledo to get rid of his kid. Like if there was a Plan B pill for that, like if it worked the same, like for the girl you just had sex with, but if you missed it, the actual offspring could never eat a Plan B pill given to him by you, or a magic would happen and he would just disintegrate like Michael J. Fox. And these are things I think about all day. That's how much I don't want kids. I can't have them after a vasectomy, and I still think about ways I would get rid of them.
Imagine how many teenagers would just disappear.
Oh,
just disappear.
If given chance.
Yep.
How many? If there was a magic pill that just said your kid disappear, all memory.
Like the well in Last Crusade. Just take a little sip of that.
You imagine how fast Toledo's dad would buy stock in that. All memory of the child, all experiences of the child gone. Vapor. All you have to do is find a way to get him that pill. And it's because it's magic. You can't hide it at anything. You can't roof him. He has to actually take the pill. How many parents would be like, all right, give me that pill? Or just have it on standby as a punishment. I'm giving you the pill. You keep it up. I'm giving you the pill. How much heartache would disappear in the prison system of parents with repeat offending kids who just won't straighten up and you just eat this. And then all your troubles are gone. All the memory. Brady, any moments? You would keep Kirby the whole way. Like there's nothing about that. Toledo, I think, would eat the pill. Or he might eat it himself and give it to It's a great invention. Somebody needs to work on that. Shark Tank that. Somebody get on that, I think. And I'm also worried now because COVID is in the news in the wrong way because Joe Rogan's got it. Joe Rogan has tested for COVID, and this is the troubling part of it.
Through the kitchen sink.
Yeah, he's now taken that horse dewormer and admitting it out loud to his legion of fans. And Joe Rogan is way too popular to throw that bomb out there.
It's done.
Huh?
He took it.
Oh, I know he's taking. He says he's admitting.
Well,
I
don't think he's still taking it.
Well, he says he's drinking. Yesterday, he said he's been taking that and like a series of medications.
Yeah, he came back over the weekend from the comedy, feeling the fevers and chills, and it's like, I know what's going on. So he took every known vitamin and all that stuff, and then the ivermectin mixed in there. The thing he says at the end, though, is, you know what? I had one really hard day. Now I feel good. I actually feel pretty effing good. So maybe the ivermectin did work.
Don't say that. See, that's the dangerous thing. There's where responsibility kicks in. Maybe it does. But Joe Rogan has too much influence to be the guy that says, you guys should try this. Unless, especially with medicine and things like that. You know what I mean? Like real medicines that we're trying to solve. So maybe it does work, but I don't see, like maybe in the doses made for people. But people are drinking the horse dewormer, like the one out of the jug that says on it, not for human consumption. And I know people take that stuff, and I know there's approved for humans in certain areas, but it's just, to me, that's where Joe Rogan off the rails a little bit is that. And I like him. I think he's great. But that one's like, don't do this. It's the same as when Trump was doing the hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
Because Trump said it, all of his legions of fans were like, it must be true. He didn't know what he was talking about. Maybe he was right, maybe he was wrong, but he's not the one you want to listen to when it comes to, drug stuff. Like, I'll tell you what worked for me, but I'm not going to encourage anything.
Right.
Which is bleach. I drink it all the time. I think it's great. Poison. But no, I mean, it's that Joe Rogan's got too many people that, sit on his every word that are now going to make that a thing. When we're trying to figure out how to make this unified moment, we can't keep having these offshoot things going, try this, throw this in your system, because that's going to keep us guessing and dancing. Well, and it just makes it last longer. That's it. The thing that makes it shortest. Let's expedite the process to the end of this as fast as we can and let something happen. Bill Burr had a great moment. Jen downstairs sent me a clip of Bill Burr talking to Conan O'Brien. And anybody who's still, this is a conspiracy, needs to watch this. You believe it's a conspiracy of population control to get rid of people. And Bill Burr's take on it is perfect because he said, why in the world would the government come up with a plan to kill all the people that do everything they say? Because essentially that's who's taking the vaccine. That's the people who are complying and falling right in line are the ones who would be part of the conspiracy to kill them. So the only thing the government would have left is a bunch of yahoos running around telling them don't listen to the government. That disagree completely and won't listen to the government at all. It would cause a bigger problem because the only army you've got left is a united front against you, the conspirator. He's dead right. He goes, you got all these Fonzies running around screaming and yelling with their leather jackets on. They'll never do what the government tells them. And the government's going to kill the other group of people? No, they'd just find a way to kill them. You make the COVID worse. You make the vaccine stronger. You save the sheep. You kill the wolves.
Yeah.
So he's dead right. So I just think it's dangerous for anybody to say, I'm testing out this thing I found under the sink. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but I've got 5 million people that hang on my every word. I think it's pretty smart of me to say that right now. It's a little bit dangerous, I think. Because what could work? We don't know. I don't want Joe Rogan to be the medical professional that found out about it. I don't need the UFC's broadcaster and a former comedian from News Radio to be the voice that says, I found the cure way before any of these scientists.
Chug-a-lug.
Yeah, and I'm not a guy who doesn't. The scientists are always wrong. That's the point of science. Scientists like to be wrong. They like it because then they know, okay, this went nowhere. Build off of this. That's the first pressure point of science is we think we're right. Break it down, build it again. Find out where we went wrong with even thinking we're right. Question everything. But yeah, so Joe Rogan, Bill Burr himself, I'm not medical advice from Emo Phillips or, Howie Mandel or any other comic, any guy who built it up. Like they start getting to be philosophers, I understand it, but Jesus Christmas. So I hope, and he's okay because he's a healthy guy. Better.
We don't know. I mean, the other thing they're saying is like I had one bad day. People that have had the COVID, all of a sudden there's nothing for a day or two.
Sure. You never know.
You never know.
I know plenty of people who've had no days of, like, I had it, I tested positive. It was nothing. You really didn't have a terrible experience. It just wouldn't go away.
Yeah.
Right. You weren't, like,
4 days of a
mess.
fever. No. You do have, you will find, like, a soreness. Most people will say, it's weird, like, my back was sore for, 3 days, and then it just went away.
My friend Marty said it felt like somebody smashed his wrists and his ankles with sledgehammers.
Yeah, there's
it felt
joint
like I got
attack.
run over. Yeah. It was just brutal. So... Again, and I wouldn't want you to come back and go, I had COVID. I started to drink some oil, and it seemed to help. I'm like, okay, Brady, don't.
Try it.
Don't say that. Everybody should give it a run. How can it hurt? Well, I don't know, but somehow, and stop it.
The only one I went off of on advice, I heard it from 2 or 3 people, multiple. It was a little bit of tonic with some liquid zinc.
Okay.
A little shot of liquid zinc. And
Both.
I figured, those are
available at Sprouts.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. If you can buy it at Sprouts, fine. You could still kill yourself with that whole Sprouts aisle, although it would be floral and you smell like lavender when you died, but it would be lovely.
Did it help? Not sure.
Again, my mother and my whack job sister think they found the cure to COVID in some weird thing and they're like, they don't want you to know. And the first thing my mom says, they don't want you to know. I'm like, who? The government. Why? Because it's a conspiracy. Okay, where did you find it? It's in the Sprouts health aisle. I'm like, Mom, if they're hiding it from us, they're not selling it at Sprouts. The cures, they don't want you to know, John. I'm like, then they take it off the Sprouts. They're not. You're not smarter than all
they
this.
want to bankrupt the nation.
What a wonderful, amazing conspiracy! And that one thing we forgot to take off the shelf at Sprouts will be the bugaboo.
His former housewife in Phoenix.
She figured it out with her witch daughter. They were sitting there smoking Virginia Slims and looking at each other, going, "Let's try everything at Sprouts till we don't." And they don't know because they've never had it. So they think they've cured it because they don't have it. We never got it. Neither did I. Well, yeah, but... I'm like, what, were you hanging around Wuhan for a while? And then my mom's great story. I had people in my office from Wuhan at security title, and no, you didn't. Yes, I did those... And they were sneezing and coughing. I'm like, yep, because the government of China was like, get the Marcy Homburg!
Strange meats hanging in the office.
Go buy a house in the Coronado district of Phoenix. And in the middle, you get the escrow agent at the security title. She is a front desk lady. Cough on her. Ha 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 ha. Mission complete.
But that's how you have to think that the government is after you. You have to think they're targeting you. Like it's an ego. I'd be honored if I found out China and the United States, got to get that John Holmberg character. Like, wow. That's a life well lived.
I'm somebody.
I got the 2 powerhouses in the world trying to give me COVID at my mom's title agency desk. But never fear anyone. My mom has the cure. I didn't even listen to what it was. It's lavender, like a bowl of tricks. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You never, ever, ever say anything bad. Love my mom. But those moments you just have to turn away and go, she's getting old. Something's happening. She's watching weird stuff on TV. She's retired now. She's got too much time on the internet, I think. She knows how to go to one site, and it tells her all sorts of crazy stuff. And then she can order things on Sprouts. I think that's about it. And she won't get the vaccine because she said that she's cured of her pre-existing condition of cancer. Oh, she's driving me nuts. Don't get me off on this, Brady. You talked to your mom yesterday.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
Yeah.
Your old man's hanging in there. Is he drinking motor oil and stuff he found in a barn?
No.
No, he's listening to doctors.
He just stays at home. Doesn't go out much. Runs down to the storage. He has a little storage unit at the end of the hallway. Mm-hmm. Gets things together there. Makes sure his display in the hallway's up. He's got pictures and stuff. They have this display cabinet at the...
And every day it's at risk?
No, certain... well, I guess so. Yeah, he's checking security. He's doing a sweep. But it's part of, one of the things right now is to get moving.
His purpose is go make sure the pictures are straight.
Yep.
Which to me, and I love your dad, get in the box. Because the day that you're
he's
only
the first one
he wants out.
Ready.
Yeah, he wants out. I would eat all the pills if I was him. I would Joe Rogan suggest your dad goes ahead and starts to drink all the dewormer he can find. Because if your one function in life is to make sure that the pictures on the wall are still straight from yesterday's check, you're superfluous. We're keeping you around for us at this point. It's like the dog that can't walk. What are we doing? She's eating. I know.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call. We got to put Dad down. That would be a really hard thing if we did for people what we do for dogs, but it would be the right thing. But I doubt you'd get...
The problem is he can do a little more than that.
Oh, he's quitting.
But he just,
you don't feel like it.
That, yep.
Check the pictures. Job done. Back to the Judge Judy. Does he have show?
Mom put it on, can you encourage him to go to the rec center and they've got trainers there and all that?
Oh, he won't do any PT or anything?
He doesn't, he does a little bit, but
he don't want
there,
to.
Yeah. It's a good Western on.
He wants out.
And a nap. Nice little nap.
The Virginian's on. Yeah. Leave It to Beaver's coming to FETV. He's about to live the dream.
I'll go check the display.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'd call my mom. She's got the Fountain of Youth at her house. She found it at Sprouts. It's crazy. And it's going to start up again. But the Rogan thing, look, that's just my personal opinion. Everybody can yell at me all you want. I just don't think taking advice from Joe Rogan when it comes to medicine.
And you're right. I think
drugs,
I think it'll go the other way for a lot of people. The people that will feel the opposite. Look, well, Rogan did it, and
I know, but that's the dangerous thing. You don't know that did anything.
The other thing that's dangerous is, like John said, it is the horse dewormer. Now, did he take the pharmaceutical one for people?
Right.
Be clear at what you're taking, and that's the problem with society.
Right.
They don't hear clarity. They hear one thing, and they're like, see, it's good. That thing I was reading about the other day where everybody, like Holmberg was saying how stupid it was to drink it. Joe Rogan took it and he's fine. But you don't know what he took.
You joked about Cal Ranch stores being out.
Right.
They won't stock it anymore.
They won't put it up.
Because people keep buying
it's the new
a tube. It looks like toothpaste.
It's the new the cold medicine they have to lock up.
Yes.
Because meth heads will steal it. Now us normals are going to take it. But
people
read headlines. They don't listen to the context of a story. They're like, oh, that dewormer works, period. Joe Rogan took it. But you don't know which one he took, so hold off on that.
Just do what the offshoots of pharmaceuticals do anyway, or the nutrition stuff.
Yeah.
Just come up with Ivermectin. It's close enough.
Yeah, get a name
that's
it
might have that, because all these different pills that have this or is the same as this.
Misspell it. Yeah.
Let the placebo effect kick in.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I wish everyone would do like me, because that's what I feel is right. And I know people who think opposite are like, I wish everyone would do like me. Everybody feels that way. I wish you just comply and make it easier and do it my way. Because the faster we all get on the same page, the faster all this stuff stops. Whether it's right or wrong. But the more offshoot crap we've got, and now we've got Mu. I told you about it yesterday. COVID Mu. Or COVID Mu.
Omega Mu.
Yeah, the Mu's are coming. And we know what happens with the Mu's. You get fat.
Yeah. They're a bunch of pigs.
And you wreck the lambdas. The pigs show up at the party, and nobody wants to be part of it. So here comes the COVID Mu. So to let the mutations begin while we all argue about whether or not we should, die from it or not, which has never been the case. So I like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan also was incredibly wrong on your wedding video. Adamant at one point in his life that marriage was the single worst thing a man could do. And it wasn't a joke. He had researched it on your wedding video because Brady got married 16, 17 years ago now. Yeah. And we had celebrities that would come in, talk about Brady, say
they gave marriage advice.
Norm Macdonald's was fantastic, which was hilarious. Chelsea Handler did something. Joe Rogan came in and said, why would you ever do this? You would never sign legal documents to have a friend of yours come over to the house.
Your best friend.
Your best friend is never going to go, dude, we need to lock this friendship down legally. And if anything goes wrong, I now owe you money and all this.
I'm going to give you half.
He was like mad about it. Next time we saw him, he's married. He's like, I'm like, what happened to that guy? And he's like, times change, things are. And I'm like, okay, Joe, you're just nothing but a comedian who, the whims and just like every other normal person without training.
That was his material at the time.
But I don't even know if that was material. We set
so.
him off on that, which is great. He used to be adamant against drugs.
Yeah.
Now he loves the weed. Callan told me that. He's like, Joe used to hate weed. Now he loves it. He's on the D stuff or whatever that. He's like
he's
that.
On, he's on everything.
Good for him.
And that's the other
that's
thing.
That's called growth.
That's the other thing that probably helped him get through this a little bit is at 55 or whatever, he's a picture of health.
Well,
he is.
He took
HGH. He took everything.
Yeah. Well, he started in with steroids.
Everything.
He told us about that years ago. Why wouldn't you take steroids? It makes you feel better.
That argument he made?
You look good. He's right.
Right.
And he goes, and he even said at a certain age, so what, your balls shrink a little bit? Big deal. I'm like, yeah, but the cancer thing, you're at risk of cancer all the time.
Right.
You know what this? And I'm sucking down Diet Dr. Pepper, telling him, well, that's dangerous. Meanwhile, more of this poison in my system. I don't encourage anybody to drink Diet Dr. Pepper like me. It's terrifying how much I drink. I scare myself when I look in the fridge and I'm like, there were 12 packs of Diet Dr. Pepper in that fridge. Not to mention.
When?
It was like 2 days later. I'm like, did I just knock out 24 in like 7 hours? Not to mention the pile that I go through here. I think it's the only thing keeping me alive. Don't do it, though. I feel healthy. I'm in decent shape, but it isn't because of that. That's the only thing keeping me away. Don't take my advice. That's for sure. I'll tell you about products that have been tried and true and tested and all that other stuff. I'm not giving you the answer like, you know what I would do. Like my mom goes to Sprouts and licks the floors because the wax on the floors evidently cures the COVID she never had.
You got to get the recipe from her.
But that's the thing. For what? What is she doing?
Just in case.
Oh, See, there's the crazy in Brett. Just in case.
You never know.
She never had
I'd like
it.
that in my back pocket.
That's the crazy part. She never had COVID, but she cured herself of it. And I'm like, do you realize how little sense that makes?
She's got the elixir. She's good.
But it's not. She's not calling it a preventative. She's saying she cured it. She cured herself of when I had COVID. When did you have that? When those Wuhan people came in. Did you get tested? No. So you don't know if you had it. But John, I didn't feel well for 2 days. Did you get tested for COVID? No. Like you didn't have it. You don't know. So you can't say that you cured yourself of it. Because, by the way, she didn't start taking this magic stuff till like 6 months after that. We didn't even know. This was back in like the...
Oh, wait. So she was boosting her antibodies?
February of 2020 when the Wuhaners came into her office because she was target A.
Finally, security title warfare. We are from Wuhan. I mean, the Great American Tiger.
Oh, Great American. I think you're owned by security and you're still trying to take them down.
Did I say that? I meant the Grand Canyon Tiger.
So we all have a crazy person in our lives that's doing stuff, but are your parents doing nutty stuff too?
No, they don't care.
They just don't care.
Whatever. That's how they are. I mean, both of them are just kind of like, I lived a good life. If it gets me, it gets me.
Wow.
But what if it gets them and then they give it to somebody and it gets them worse?
They don't really go too many places. They pretty much chill out.
Yeah. They're like, well, that's a good argument, but we don't go
They
anywhere.
got a small circle that they hang with.
That's cool then.
Yeah.
They got a small circle.
Brett, we never leave the house. What if they gave it to you and then you brought it here and then that trickle down happened?
I don't think we'll see them either.
You go to the Italian club now. What if they gave it to you and you took it to your new Italian club friends and they start dropping like flies?
Then we'd have some issues.
Then we got trouble.
Yeah, we got
bullets
problems.
are flying. You
But that's the frustrating thing
Dominoes.
about it, or that's the lack. I mean, everyone has someone like that, and you just go, all right,
I don't.
What
care.
do you do?
Yeah, my dad. I told him that time. I just do what you do. You're a 74-year-old man. You've done it, but don't be stupid.
Even when you throw those scenarios that, well, what if you carry it and bring it in?
Right. So, won't kill anybody. I'm like, all right, never mind.
And that's just it. It's like we said before. You can't make the decisions for it. They have to make it on their own. And so that's the way my parents decided to go. All right, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I care, but I mean, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. Fine.
Yeah, they're
Be
talking.
as safe as you can.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Matthew Scott's right, and I saw this on the news last night. They were talking about another. Now, this I would buy into a conspiracy theory. They're saying that snake venom.
Yeah, from
can cure
it.
I don't care who, Brady.
Jaragusu pit viper.
Okay.
In South America.
Don't tell the general public that milking a snake and drinking the venom fixes it.
It crushes the
Don't tell
coronavirus protein in monkeys.
All right. Don't tell people till it's in a bottle that pit vipers have the answer. Unless you're trying to actually kill people.
Florida woke up today and went, what?
Oh, my God, I got one of those. Do they have? What's the thing that they're trying to catch down there? Boa constrictors, right? That many of them Pythons. That's right, down in Florida.
They have the Python roundup.
We don't have pit vipers.
You get $25 per foot.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I actually looked today when I was down there.
Of course, did you?
Yeah, maybe pay for the vacation a little bit.
Man, you're the cheapest man alive.
Kirby, get in there and grab its tail. We're getting
got one.
Guess what just happened? We won the vacation lottery. This one's a freebie.
10-footers, $250.
They say that pit vipers venom. Do not tell the general public because they have vipers at like
rattlesnakes are American pit vipers.
They are. What are you doing? Shut up!
I'm just telling you.
At least they identified the one particular pit viper that
they're sure of that we don't have any of.
We don't know,
but rattlesnakes may or may not have it.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna try it out.
All but 2 species are found in the U.S. or Mexico.
I'm not buying that. That snake viper. No,
snake venom has been known to fix stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not
going to find out myself.
I heard the Plan B cures it. So, ladies,
this could be your last day on Earth. Why don't you serve as a gentleman at the Italian American Club, and then enjoy a nice lasagna with a little weird medical taste to it?
Prime rib on Saturday,
right.
ladies.
What's this on top?
Oh, geez, that's a little powdered creme fraiche.
Looks like pills.
Just eat it. Oh, you had no problem sticking things in your mouth a few minutes ago. Anywho, I don't know. It just seems like if we all just sat back and used a little logic, and I know that's asking too much, and just said, I know the doctors have been right, wrong, and otherwise. Science doesn't really know. We're trying to figure this out as we go. I don't think, Joe Rogan is ready yet. Maybe he did discover it, but let's not go off of his first initial, I think this works. And the very same people that'll take that are the ones who say, I need more testing for the vaccine to take it. But Joe Rogan says, go ahead and get the
new Hollywood vaccine.
Yeah, Wormer will go, well, Joe Rogan's on my team. I'm like, yeah, but you say that the reason you won't get vaccinated is because you need more testing, but you'll suck down dewormer when everybody's saying, please don't drink that? That's what they want you to think. Yep. They want every person willing to defy orders to live and all the people that are right on board to die. Bill Burr nailed it.
That's what they said about that pit viper, the venom. It completely stopped it in the first test because everyone died.
Everyone was,
stopped everything.
There's your cure.
Then.
There's your cure. Yeah. And look, you've heard my opinion. Nobody listens to John's method, which is let's just let it run wild and kill a bunch of people. I love the herd immunity thing because people think that'll take an hour. It's 3 years of knocking this population in half. I might be one of them that drops. You want herd immunity? Okay. You think that's going to be easy, idiots? It's not. They tried herd immunity last time with the plague because they couldn't answer anything, and a few people left the planet.
On the news yesterday as well was another story about the airlines because they spend a lot of money on research, basically trying to figure out the trend. Do we buy the fuel? Because they got to buy it ahead of time.
Right.
How do we staff the planes?
Right.
What kind of flights? And they're looking at it. It's interesting. I think it was, I'm not going to say the line because I might mess it up, but this particular airline found that they figure the surge is going to happen, and by Christmas, we're
not traveling again.
No, we're traveling again.
Oh, we're going to start doing it again.
Yeah, because of the factor of how many people have been vaccinated.
Right, and don't care.
it won't be the same shutdown as we were last time because
we're not shutting down again.
Yeah.
No.
So they're buying gas?
We're not Australia. We're not.
So they are. They're anticipating the flight. It'll, right now they're dropping.
Yeah, but we travel now.
But by Christmas,
So you're saying invest in gas right now.
Or airlines.
Just make your plans.
Yeah, the airlines are. Yeah.
But the lady that tried to come back from Hawaii with her fake vaccine card.
No, she didn't try to come back from.
She's trying to go
there.
too. That's right. She's trying to go to it. But
she landed there and got arrested.
Spelled Moderna wrong on the card.
Moderna.
She's from Illinois and got her shot in
Got
Delaware.
arrested for it.
Well, then,
you're in jail, $5,000 fine.
Yeah, how about that? Don't screw around with that. I've been telling people they can use my card. I'm an accomplice.
Evidently,
you didn't scratch out.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want people
John Hamburg on yours.
Fraudulently running around doing that. Anyway, what are you going to do?
Evidently, there was a lady on TikTok that was saying, "I'll make the cards for you."
Oh, no
and
kidding.
now she's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I almost gave comedian Flip Orley.
You can ask him today.
Yeah, he's coming in again today because he was just here. But I almost gave him my card because he's like, "Give it to me." I'm not taking Flip's advice on medicine. I'm not taking Flip's advice on anything. Anyway, let's get a wake-up song, shall we? Screw it. Drink it if you can. You got horse dewormer and you want to give it a run. I'm not stopping you. I just don't think it's the reason why. Joe Rogan is not the guy that I want to go with on that. It's 585-9800. That's the number. You give us a wake-up song. We'll scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Yeah, I want it.
You really, really, really want it?
Yes, I really want it.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.